Okay, so get this. Picture two guys, right? Hammers, busting into a house.
Sounds like a movie, right?
Yeah, exactly, like straight out of Hollywood. But it's not. This is real. Happened recently, made headlines.
Oh, a news story.
Yep, and get this, the whole thing goes sideways in a way you just wouldn't expect.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What happened?
Well, we're going deep on this whole crazy event today, and I gotta say, it really makes you think about crime and justice and the whole shebang.
Crime and justice. Always a good topic for a deep dive.
You said it. All right, so back to our hammer-wielding duo, the kick in the door right, classic home invasion style.
Yeah, super unsettling stuff. I mean, the thought of someone violating your space like that, the potential for violence, it immediately raises the stakes.
No kidding. I mean, you can just imagine, right? Homeowners probably terrified, maybe kids.
Exactly. It's like a nightmare scenario. So what happened?
Well, here's the twist. The robbers, they kind of realize they're in the wrong house.
Wait, what? They got the wrong address?
Yep, wrong place, wrong time, wrong everything.
Wow, that's got to be a mind-blowing moment for those guys. Imagine that sudden shift, right? From adrenaline-fueled robbery to, oh crap, wrong door.
Right, talk about a mood killer. And then instead of doubling down, getting even more aggressive, they apologize.
Apologize to the homeowners.
Yep, and they even offer him cash to, fix the door they just smashed. Then they just leave.
No way, seriously. That's bizarre.
It's almost polite, which seems totally out of place given what just went down.
Yeah, totally. I mean, on the one hand, you've got this violent act, this break-in, and then this weird, almost courteous attempt at making amends.
It's strange, right? Makes you think, like, are these guys genuinely remorseful? Are they, trying to somehow balance the scales?
That's what's so interesting to me. Is it actual guilt or just a desperate attempt to mitigate the consequences? It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it really adds another layer to the whole story. It takes it from a straightforward crime to something a lot more complex.
Absolutely. I mean, we tend to think of criminals in a certain way, right? But this case kind of throws a wrench in that. It's like they're not just mindless, violent thugs. There's some kind of internal struggle going on there.
Definitely. You start to see the human side, even in a situation like this.
Exactly. And that makes it so much harder to just dismiss them as the bad guys.
Okay, but let's flip the script for a second. Put ourselves in the homeowner's shoes. I mean, how would you react?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. It'd be terrifying, right? To have your home invaded like that.
I honestly don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, the money doesn't erase the trauma, right? Nope, not at all. But at the same time, maybe it shows some level of accountability on their part.
Yeah, maybe. It's a really tricky ethical dilemma. Like, does an apology, even with some kind of restitution, does it change the fact that a crime was committed?
It's a good question. And it's a question that kind of cuts to the core of how we see justice, right?
Right. We want to believe that things are black and white, that there are clear lines between right and wrong. But then you get a story like this and it throws everything into question.
Totally. This whole story, it's like this bizarre cocktail of fear, guilt, and, I don't even know, misplaced good manners.
Yeah, it's wild. It's like these guys broke the law, terrified a family, but then they also tried to, in their own messed up way, make things right.
It definitely makes you think about those gray areas, how we define good and bad, criminal and not.
Exactly. It forces us to look beyond those simple labels, those easy judgments.
And maybe, just maybe, consider that even people who do bad things, they're not always just bad guys.
Yeah, and that's what's so important about stories like this. They remind us that there's nuance, there's complexity.
And maybe even a little bit of hope.
Exactly. Maybe a little bit of hope for understanding, for second chances, even in the face of something as unsettling as a home invasion.
So for all you listeners out there, I got to ask, what would you do if you were in that homeowner's shoes? How would you react? It's a tough question, no easy answers, but it's one worth pondering.
Absolutely. It's a question that goes beyond this one story. It makes us think about the nature of crime, the possibility of redemption, and how we as a society deal with those who break the rules.
Heavy stuff, but definitely food for thought.
Definitely. And that's what these deep dives are all about, right? Exploring the complexities, the contradictions.
And maybe, just maybe, coming out the other side with a little bit more understanding, a little bit more empathy.
You got it.
Until next time, folks, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep those doors locked, just in case.